What holds a lot of people back in life a lot of the time is they're stuck in a surviving state. And a lot of the time, when we're stuck in a surviving state, we don't know what it actually feels like to thrive in life. The biggest thing with this is that too often we get stuck in this autopilot loop. And it's not until we pull ourselves back and we reflect and we say, okay, cool, I've been living this life for such a long time, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, who knows how many years. But it's not until the moment that you question where you are and that you realize that maybe the life that you're living isn't the life that you want to live, that you need to make a change. And that's when optimizing your life really comes into play. So a lot of the time, what usually happens is we can realize with our health that maybe we've got low energy levels. We aren't happy with how we look or feel internally. That can be mentally, that can be physically, that can be emotionally. Maybe we then realize that we're exposing ourselves to negative experiences, negative people, negative environments. We then go through this process of auditing and we start to reflect on, well, what is it in my life that I can change? Like, what is the thing that's going to allow me to go from surviving to thriving? And the auditing process is where the fun work begins. And this step-by-step process is what actually allows people to change. So you might start to know something about your health and then your environment or your job or whatever it may be. And then you start to reflect on the things that you're not happy with. And then from that auditing process, you then go into reviewing what you're not happy with and then replacing it with a new outcome. Because the challenge that we have is a lot of the time when we realize that we're not happy with something in our life, we go one of two ways. We either do something about it or we live with that life. We live with that outcome. We don't change anything because we're comfortable. It's a big step. It's a big change. But what will always happen is, even if you're comfortable and you review it and you don't change it, you don't replace something that makes your life better, what happens is you'll be living the rest of your life in that surviving, dissatisfied, sad state. And it doesn't matter how long you do it for, whether you do it for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, at some point you're going to come back to it again and you're going to be like, man, I wish I did something back then 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago, whatever it may be. And so when we can understand that optimizing our life isn't just about optimizing our health, it's not just, getting a better job, but optimizing our life is actually really reflecting and auditing what's happening in our life and what can we change to level up our life and also feel like we're actually in a thriving state, that we're feeling the best. We've got the relationships with our partners or our friends or our family that we want. We have our health in check. We've got more energy. We're looking better. We're feeling better. We might have changed our work environment. We might have changed the people we're hanging around. We might have started to seek new experiences, to live more, to feel more, to be really alive. When we start to look at these aspects, that is really optimizing life. It is no longer just, I need to do a 6-week challenge and feel better. It's actually looking at your mind, body, and soul. And your mind, body, and soul are very varied in what these things are that we need to tick, that we give ourselves so we can have that satisfaction level, so we can be happy with our life. And your mind can be your mindset, of course. It can be how you break down, redirect, or reframe how you think, the words that you say, the actions that you take, the way that you take on challenges as they come, not becoming a victim to every bad thing that happens to you in life, but actually being able to overcome it. Body could be, eating better food, training. It could be, just putting yourself in a better environment so you're not getting as sick as often because maybe you're not as stressed as often. And then soul really it's a few elements of feeling so alive and happy in yourself that you are where you're meant to be. And this can be with traveling, it could be with seeking experiences, it could be with the attitude of being the person you want to be, holding the values that you want to hold, having a moral compass that you follow, having a mission, a vision, understanding that your soul gets set on fire when you feel like you're in alignment. But soul can also be faith. And faith is a big one as well. It's understanding that you have something greater than you outside of you that is looking after you. And for me, it's God. And I've said this before. It's that having a Father in heaven allows me to feel so at peace in my heart. And so my soul feels refreshed. And so soul can be experiences, they can be alignment, but they can also be faith in what you believe in. So when we're looking at optimizing our life, we have to really question, like, am I looking after my mind? Am I looking after my body? Am I looking after my soul? And if I'm not, what parts do I need to review? Like, what do I need to review to go from a surviving state to a thriving state? What is it that I need to optimize? What is it that I need to review in my life and replace? How can I audit what is giving me energy or taking away energy? What is giving me decision fatigue? What is taking more from my life than it's giving? And a grand example is, if you're in a bad environment, a lot of the time you're going to be around people who are speaking death over you. They might be negative, they might doubt you, they may speak negatively about you or someone else in front of you or behind your back as well. And you don't want to be in those environments. You want to be in environments with friends and family and your work environment, wherever it is, whatever you do, gym, X, Y, and Z. You want to be in environments that speak life into you. Because when you're around people that speak life into you, you've had that experience before where you've walked away from a conversation, a catch up, and you've been like, wow, that was so amazing. I feel so good. And that is what life should be. It should be feeling energized because you put yourself in the right positions, in the right places, around the right people, and you are choosing to vote for yourself. You're choosing to give yourself a future that you know you're worthy of. So when we're optimizing life, there's like one big thing here. It's understanding the audit system, which is, how can I audit my life to optimize it? And the first thing starts with, I always say, do a 24-hour thought audit, where you think, like you actively are aware of the thoughts that you're having in a 24-hour period, and you replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts. You replace negative words or sentences with positive words or sentences. You reframe and redirect. You don't put yourself down. You know, that is the first step. And then once you've done your first step of your language audit, your thought audit, your actions audit, then you can look at optimizing, well, what can I change around my nutrition? What can I do to improve my training? How can I connect or be around more inspiring people, which is a huge thing. And then it goes into, of course, what is in my life that I need to do to make sure I've got this full connection between mind, body, and soul. And the biggest thing with optimizing is that a lot of the time we're comfortable. We're in this comfortable space where it's easy. It's easy not to worry about these things. It's to do the same thing we've done again and again. But there will be parts of you that die in that process because you stopped voting for yourself. You stopped showing up for yourself. You stopped showing up for your family. You stopped showing up for a future that you once held in your mind's eye. And if you can do that, just know it comes at a cost, and that the only true way forward is by voting for yourself and choosing to continually review what is happening in your life and how you can start to improve your life cycle, how you can improve your quality of life, how you can hold yourself to a standard, how you can have responsibility, how you can start to just change for the better, and knowing that change is okay and seeking more is okay. You can be grateful for everything that you have in life while you pursue all that you want. And it's not greedy to want more and to want to be more. It's selfish to hold yourself back and not show up, not just for yourself, but for the people that believe and care for you. So that is optimizing your life. If you've got any questions on that, leave me a comment below, and thanks so much for listening.